Hello and welcome to my kitchen. Today I will be making fried chicken, my way, my recipe of fried chicken. Here I have one whole chicken washed and nicely pat dry with paper towels. It's always more affordable, I think, to buy a whole chicken. You can buy already pre-cut, but sometimes they will throw you a backbone underneath, So I always go with the chicken. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove the backbone. But I don't know if you see here, we have the oysters, which is the most tender and most delicious meat. So we don't want to lose that. If you have kitchen shears, fine. If you don't, you can do it with a knife. So I will go just like this. And then go through the center. From this side, we go the same. No. My kitchen shears are not cooperating. Come on. I will have to use the knife. Okay. This is much better. Okay, so I removed this part to save the oyster. And now I will go, and again I will try to remove and go around the neck. I don't want the neck in, so I will go this way and trim it. And you see the neck is here. I will go like this again, and I will remove this. Okay, so now you have this. What I do, I always collect these things. If I have 2 or 3 or 4 more, I put them in the freezer, and you can make a great chicken broth, chicken stock, a base for a lot of gravies, soups, and so nothing goes to waste. Now let's carve this chicken. Okay, now I break it open like this, and with the cleaver or with the knife, go, and I have my chicken in a half. It's not exact half, but pretty close. Now here we have the breastbone. I'm trying to remove this one as well. Okay. You can have a smaller knife. If you have a smaller knife, you can work with smaller knife. Whatever knife works best for you. Okay. This again goes here with chop. Oops, with the chicken stuff. Okay. Now we go along this way and cut the leg. Okay, so now we have a drumstick and a thigh. So what do we do? You will, it's bleeding. You will see this this fat line. You go along this fat line. And you remove the drumstick and the thigh. Okay. You can remove more bone if you want, just like this. But I like to leave some bone on it. I mean, you could debone the chicken. I mean, you can carve the chicken other different ways, just going like this. But I like to leave the bone on. I don't know. It gives an extra flavor. It keeps it juicy. Okay. So now I have the breast and the wing. The way I cut it to fry the chicken, I don't just go around the wing like this, like everybody does. So I will go, you see here, we have the rib. So I will go to the ribs. And I will cut with some meat, okay? I will not cut just the wing. I want the wing to have some meat on it. And the breast is not that big, so it can fry easier. Otherwise, if you have just a little wing, there's nothing on it, but this way we have some meat on it. Okay? And the chicken breast is a lot smaller and it will fry faster. I can remove the waxes. Okay, so here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and some extra bone. Same with this one. Shears, just go, you see, it pretty much separates itself. There you go. Again, we go against this fat line. And we go straight. Another drumstick. Remove this excess and put it in a pile for the soup, for the broth. Okay, we can remove a little bit of this extra bone, which will go in the soup. So we have it up. We press it. And there you go. Same with the breast. We go from the rib bone and also cut some meat from the breast. Okay. Okay, so this is cutting the chicken. And now we'll go ahead and go with the marinade brine. I don't know how you call it, but you'll see when I make it is neither. Neither. Okay, just give me one moment. The little gizmo that I threw on and off the camera just fell on the floor. Okay, I'll see. Okay, so now I have a bigger bowl where I will make the paste for the chicken, for brining the chicken. Okay, so I will use 1 cup of mayonnaise. Okay, half a cup yogurt. You can use any yogurt, you don't have to use Greek yogurt. Okay, to tell you the truth, I think that Greek yogurt is overrated, even here in Europe, in the Balkans and everywhere. To me, I've had American and Romanian regular yogurts that were better than Greek yogurt, but that's my opinion, my taste. Okay, so now here I have a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. Okay, here I have a tablespoon of salt. I have a tablespoon of sweet paprika. So I have like half regular, half smoked. I also have a teaspoon of seasoning. It's like a dehydrated vegetable seasoning, which we use a lot in Europe. I have somewhere in here half a teaspoon of black ground pepper. I use the multicolored pepper. I like that one that has the mosaic. I don't know how you call it. So I like that one. It has white, green, red, and I really love that pepper. Okay. And I told you about the salt, right? 1 tablespoon. Okay. So we'll add this. Here I have some herbs. Okay. What I like to do, like a must, is sage. So I have a teaspoon of sage, teaspoon of oregano, teaspoon of basil, and teaspoon of thyme. I apologize for my pronunciation. For me, everything is t, is not t. So, but you know what I'm trying to say. Not time like the time has passed. Is the time herb. Okay. So, or herb. British say herb, Americans we say herb. And I will crush it. It with my fingers to release the oils, the aromas. Now you can use more or less depending on how you like, and you can omit or add some other herbs, just whatever your taste buds require. Okay, but this is what I like to use. And I will also add some granulated garlic powder. I will be back. Okay, so I will add about 1 teaspoon. I highball it. I usually highball everything, but now for my video, I try to figure out some measurements so I can give you more accurate recipes. Okay, and I hope this one is not gonna be as disastrous as the pizza one, the previous one. I just didn't, I got all messed up, all confused, that I didn't even know what I was talking about. Tell me, I have to tell you the truth. So now we mix all this. And I try to talk faster. When I watched the video, the first video with pizza, I was like, oh my God, I'm like Melania Trump. It's like you get old by the time she finishes a sentence. Even though she's our first lady, I love her. And she's from Slovenia, one of the close countries in the Balkans to my country. Okay, now that we have all this mixed, okay, and oops, okay, now we'll take the chicken. I always try to keep one hand clean, okay, so I'll take the chicken. Okay, and we'll mix and mix until everything gets coated nicely. Do a little massage, hydrate my hand, my skin. It's all good stuff. Okay, now after we mix this, the ideal is overnight. I do not have time to do that, so then like 2 hours would be ideal. If not, 1 hour. Okay, we can cheat with 1 hour, but we will not get the same results because we want the spices to penetrate into the meat as well. We don't want to feel the seasoning only on the surface. You know, we just want to feel it in the meat as well. And the more it sits, all the juices, the bacteria from the yogurt, the acidity from the mustard. And you're asking me why mayo? Well, mayo is egg and oil. So we use egg in the batter, right? When we dip, when we fry, and we use oil on frying. So if the chicken is pretty lean, then that oil in that egg will help. Because this is all we will use. This is the only thing that we'll use before we dredge it in our mixture of flour. Okay, so now this will go rest. In the meantime, I will prepare my potatoes, the cabbage, and all I need for a coleslaw. Maybe I'll have a cappuccino and scroll on Facebook or, you know, things that we all the tired women do. Okay, so I'll see you in a bit. If the gizmo works. Okay, so we're back with the chicken. Now we will dredge it in the flour mixture. Here I have 4 cups of flour, all-purpose flour. I also have like just a half a cup of cornmeal, a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon pepper, more or less, depending how much you like pepper. And I added about half a teaspoon of this dry seasoning, dry vegetable seasoning. Vegeta, I don't know if you heard of that. It's very popular here in Europe. Okay, so now I will mix all this. Make sure we incorporate. I do not add paprika or any other seasoning or herbs, because they will burn faster when they fry, and it makes the chicken bitter and very dark color. It doesn't even look appetizing and doesn't even taste good. Okay, so now what I will do, I will take the chicken and I will dump all of the pieces at once. I know it's a little crowded, but that's probably even better. Okay. One more piece. Okay, and now it's time to get messy. Mix it all together. The reason I do like this in a big batch is because I want to get that texture, like that lumpy texture on the chicken, that when it fries, it gets crispy. Okay? So I don't know if you can see. That's what we are looking for. Okay, now my table here is clean. I will take piece by piece. I forgot to put the parchment paper. Actually, I'm out of parchment paper. Okay, and place them one by one. Where is this? The breast? My God. Still big, even after I removed half of the breast in the wing. So you see the texture? This is what we're looking for. Now, after we dredge this, I will leave it about for 10 minutes for all the breading to kind of stick on the flour and get wetness so it doesn't automatically goes into the hot oil. Okay, so when I finish with the chicken, the breading and all this dressing that I have here, I will save it. We will not throw away, we will not discard, we will use it to make our crispy potato wedges. So this is a recipe that is like nothing gets wasted. And you can be on a budget if you know how to carve your own chicken. And if you don't, you can learn, because I wasn't born knowing everything. And I'm far, far from knowing everything. Okay, so I'll see you in about 10 minutes. I'm trying to. Okay, so here I have in this deep pan, I have some oil and lard mix. If you have lard, it's good to add a cup of lard or so. If you don't, you can use oil. Here I use sunflower oil. You can use, in the States, corn oil. I always use that one. Olive oil is not for frying. It burns fast. So to know how the oil is hot, I don't have a thermometer, so I'm using the wooden spoon. When you dip the wooden spoon, you should start making like bubbles around the spoon. Okay. that means the oil is ready. Okay, so my temperature is now on max, on the maximum on this burner. I will lower it a little bit. Okay, and now I will start dropping the chicken. I will do like one each. One. Remove the excess. I add one wing, one thigh, one breast, and one leg. Okay. It's pretty tricky on frying chicken. We don't want it to burn on the surface and remain raw in the inside. Then we don't want it to cook it in a very low oil because it absorbs a lot of oil, so it's tricky. So I put it like a towards medium high heat. Okay. So now what you can do if you're afraid, well, is my chicken cooked, especially when you have bigger pieces like that? I mean, you don't have to worry if it's not cooked while it's frying. You check with the thermometer. 165 for breast is good. 175, 185 for dark meat thermometer. If you don't have that temperature, you put it in a preheated oven at 350 degrees and bake it until it reaches the safe temperature. Okay? Okay, let's see. Okay, this is doing perfectly. It's not frying too fast and not too slow. It should take about 20 minutes or so. And I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so let's check. It's almost done. This is how it looks so far. It needs another 5 minutes. Okay. Okay. So I will continue cooking the chicken. And when I'm done with the chicken, we'll continue with the potato wedges and the coleslaw and we'll enjoy dinner. Okay, so I removed the first batch. The second batch is in. Here are the first 4 pieces. And I just couldn't resist it. I had to open up the wing. Look at the juiciness. Look at the goodness. Mm. Oh my God. Oh my God, this is the best chicken I have ever tasted. Any place except for my kitchen. I've tasted chicken like this before in my kitchen. Okay, so I'll be back. Okay, so I finished the chicken. Now I have the potatoes dredged in that marinade, and I will place them in the breading. And I will add them in the oil. If the oil is too burnt, you might have to change the oil. But after this one, this oil needs to be thrown away. Okay. Okay. The potatoes. The taters. Okay, I lowered the heat because this little stove, gas stove, whatever I have, portable, is very high. So I have to readjust the heat, and you be very careful even on the chicken. Lower the heat if necessary. Pay attention, adjust the heat so the chicken doesn't burn. Having the mayonnaise and the other stuff does tend to darken faster than usual, but the results are amazing. Now that breading is so crispy, you can just eat the breading and nothing else. Okay, so while the potatoes are fried, I will clean up and start making the coleslaw. Okay, the potatoes are frying. Let's check them out. Okay, they're slowly roasting. They're big wedges. These are white potatoes. You just use whatever potatoes that are starchy that are good for frying. Okay, so for the coleslaw, I'm not making a lot of coleslaw. Here I have like maybe 2 cups of diced cabbage, 1 medium carrot, and now to make the dressing, I have probably a tablespoon of so of diced onion. I usually put a tablespoon or so of diced celery, but here in my town I don't have celery. I have to go to the city, and I didn't have time to go to the city. And I will add, I'm eyeballing it, sugar, like depends on how sweet you like. I don't like it too sweet. Okay, and I just add some salt, and then I can readjust. And to this, I will add, first I will add just some vinegar, maybe a teaspoon. Okay, the European vinegar has a higher content of acidity, so it's like 9 grades. In America, I think it's 7. So I can't give you the exact measurements. It's all up to you and your taste, pretty much on everything. Okay. I have another thing. I think I have some little bit of celery salt that I will come and add. Yeah, celery salt is another thing that's pretty hard to find here in Balkan countries. So for me, when I buy one of these, it's like gold. And I mix it. I let the sugar and the salt release the juices from the onion. Okay, and now to this, I will add some mayonnaise. Okay, now I don't want to cross contaminate. I am a freak when it comes to like clean surface, cross contamination, or stuff like that. So, and double dipping. So I'll add like a good like dipping soup spoon of mayonnaise. I don't have a lot of stuff here, and I will mix this together. And this is the dressing. You can add some crushed pepper, black pepper. It's optional. Okay. Now let's check the potatoes again. Okay, doing good. Let's see the softness. Okay, they're getting softer. I have, as my son says, Mom, you have leather hands, because I can touch it without feeling it. I can taste the water, boiling water for pasta, if I forget that I put salt or not, the water is boiling and I will dip my finger in the water and taste the water. I don't know. I'm a freak. Okay, so now I will try to add some of this dressing to my coleslaw. And you can always adjust. Do you like it more creamier? Do you like it sweeter? Do you like it more acidic? You know, we all have different tastes. But this is like an idea, pretty much what I add in my coleslaw. And I forgot to mention, I'm sure you all know about it, working with chicken is very important. I mean, it's very dangerous. You have to clean after your chicken, disinfect. I have a solution homemade that I make, and I automatically disinfect every time. I mean, nothing can touch the chicken. If I touch the chicken with something, that has to be washed. So cross contamination and E. coli bacteria, salmonella, it's mostly in chicken. So be very careful, especially if you're cooking for your children, for family, or for friends, relatives. You don't want anyone to get sick. Okay, so now let's see. Oh my God, I can't believe it. I have everything perfect. I eyeballed it perfectly. Mm, okay. Okay, so we'll wait for the potatoes and then we'll plate our dinner. Okay, so the potatoes are done as well. I will pull them out. I always like to lay a paper towel on the bottom of the dish. Oh my goodness. The potatoes, what can I tell you? Look at this. And they're crunch on the outside, nice and soft on the inside. Oh my God. Okay, so I'll put another batch of potatoes and I will do the plating. Okay, so it's tasting time. Here I have the chicken. Oh, I always have to make a boo-boo to make some kind of mess. Okay, let's try the chicken. Chicken came out a little bit darker. I didn't adjust the oil temperature and time, so it got a little bit darker, but still crispy. So let's see. What do we have? Okay. Okay. Look at the juiciness. This is from the dark meat thigh. I don't know if you can see, but the meat is so juicy. Perfectly made. The potatoes, crunchy, medium, soft inside. Mm, best ever. And let me try this coleslaw. This meal is so delicious. So I hope you enjoyed it because I sure am enjoying it. And this is something that you probably should try. You should try this dish. Adjust the herbs and all the other ingredients to your taste. If you use the dehydrated vegetables, make sure you use it without salt. If you use it the one with salt, then reduce the salt portion um, in the marinade and in the flour mixture. And just watch the temperature. 20 minutes, can't go wrong. Okay? So I wish you all the best. I thank you so much for viewing me. And if you'd like, you can subscribe to my channel and press the um, bell button. Okay, I'm done. Okay, and God bless you. And I'll see you next time.